Well, I guess this is not really a video that I wanted to do because for the previous two videos, I have been converting these old Logitech PC speakers into a usable guitar amp. And for this, what would have been the third installment of that, it really was less of a mad scientist lab project and more of a Bill's arts and craft project, which is not really something I'm interested in doing. You know, when I do projects like this, I usually like to focus on, is this reusing a familiar object in a new way? Does it make a new, unusual, or interesting sound? And, you know, can I play my guitar through it? But some other things that I like to focus on are, is this improving my ability and my skills to make a better enclosure? And what I'm really starting to focus on, does this produce better audio recording results? And, you know, this project really didn't hit all of those things on the head. Yeah, it was reusing something old and familiar in a new way, and I can run my guitar through it. Is it an interesting and usable sound? Okay, that's up for debate. And, you know, in terms of enclosure and in terms of better recording results, not really. But what I want to do is I want to show you the amp the way that I've managed to create it now. I cut down an old like 1920s or 1930s cardboard and wood combination cigar box. And I really didn't like the way the thing was turning out. This thing was not going to be anything that looked like a miniature Marshall or anything like, you know, not like a little miniature Fender Tweed, nothing like that. So I kind of gave up on trying to make it look good. And I wound up focusing on making something that was more serviceable. So here's a picture inset of what the thing looks like. It has an on-off switch, a power LED indication, and it's got a red knob, which is for the overdrive, and a left and right volume knob. Those are in white. And it has the series parallel switch, so I can run it with the single guitar input and the left and right channels go out in parallel, or I can run it in the series configuration where the left channel feeds the right channel, and that's where that overdrive knob comes in. It controls the amount of that left channel pre-gain going into the right channel. And if I turn everything up all the way, the thing starts to oscillate like crazy. So might be kind of a cool thing to have on hand if I just want to go crazy and get feedback. But for usable guitar tones, dial that back a little bit. I did make one change when I was putting everything in the enclosure. For that overdrive knob, I put a 22 nanofarad capacitor in as a treble bleed. So it gets a little bit more of the high end going through, tends to back off the bass frequencies, which can make the thing sound too muddy. But anyway, moving along, I want to do some recording examples. I'm going to play the amplifier first through the original speakers, and then I'm going to run it through the 4x3 cabinet back there. And then for my third sound sample, it's going to go through the 212 cabinet. So let's go through those samples now. So, like I said, unexpected results. It sounded pretty darn good going through the 212. It sounded okay coming through the 4x3, and it sounded pretty much like bad PC speakers going through the original PC speakers. So, yeah, 3 different tones, all just depending on what speaker I was running the thing through. Anyway, I've got some other projects coming up in the future, and I'm going to try to come up with some other experiments that get back to my roots as being a physicist, a guitar player, and the cigar box guitar historian. All of that stuff, all of my background in those areas are what lead to the Mad Scientist Guitar Lab, because guitar playing has always been at the heart of what I have focused on. And when I was studying physics, I related everything back to the guitar to make it make sense to me. And cigar box guitars, it's also related to guitar. I'm kind of a one-track mind. But anyway, I will check you guys later and appreciate you guys stopping by. See you next time.